Hello Zaniacs, welcome back to Zaniac TV. I'm your host, Zane, and today we are going over the Week 8 affixes, which are Tyrannical, Bolstering, Necrotic, and Prideful. If anyone has any questions, I do stream live on Twitch 4 days a week. I also offer Mythic Plus analytics and coaching through Patreon. The main footage I have is from the other side. Now give me them souls. But I do have some from Spires of Ascension. The Spires of Ascension run had a lever, but there are still some examples that I can show you throughout this video on how to deal with these affixes. This week is Tyrannical. Bosses are going to be way harder. You're going to see mechanics that you're just not used to seeing, because last week the bosses died so quickly, and this week you're going to be seeing stuff that you just did not see last week, so be prepared for that. As you see here, we died due to failure of mechanics, and that is what resulted us in not timing the key. You have to make sure you do mechanics the entire time, even at 1%. Normally, I would say that trash dies really fast and bosses take a long time because it's Tyrannical. However, this week, that's not actually true. The level 4 affix this week is Bolstering. Bolstering, in my opinion, is the absolute worst level 4 affix that this game has to offer. So pretty much what's happening is every time a trash mob dies, the ones around it get a damage and health boost. So unless everything dies perfectly even, it's like having fortified trash. Plus, when you have healers that you have to kill fast, or if you have hard-hitting mobs that you want to kill fast, you can't do that because eventually they'll stack up so high that it's like fighting a fortified boss pretty much. So because of bolstering, it's not a good idea to massively pull packs, especially if there's somebody with very high health that will take a while to kill. So the first attempt I tried to do was in Spires of Ascension, and you see here that you don't want to get this Bulwark to bolster because of that Rebellious Fist. He already is very tanky with a lot of health, so I wasn't able to pull massively here. And also, you have to be very careful when pulling bosses, because bosses can get bolstered if you kill a trash pack next to them. So if you have a loose trash pack coming, or a pat, or anything, you do have to make sure all of that goes before you pull the boss. Monks, if you're like me and want to touch a death everything on cooldown, well, this is not the week to do it, especially if there is somebody with high health, because if you touch a death them, well, then everything's going to get bolstered. So let's make sure we don't do that. Or if we do it, make sure we do it at some point where it's proper and nothing gets too bolstered. The level 7 affix is Necrotic. So as tanks, this is something that we really have to pay attention to. However, healers and DPS watching this is not just a tank affix. We need help from all angles. What this does is every time you are melee striked, you will get a stacking debuff on you that reduces your healing taken and has a damage over time. When you get to 50 stacks, you are receiving 100% reduced healing. Before I get too far into it, how this mixes with Tyrannical is on bosses with mechanics. Eventually, the way mechanics works, the necrotic stacks will just fall off. So just focus on the Tyrannical boss. There really isn't much to worry about with Necrotic, for the most part, on bosses on Tyrannical weeks. So how does Necrotic play in with bolstering? Well, besides that it is now really limiting you on how many you can mass pull, you have to get rid of these stacks while trying to deal with bolstered mobs. So you're getting reduced healing, plus the bolstered mobs are hitting a lot harder. Carrion tanks, I've got some good news for you. Using Vial of Serenity will get rid of your stacks of Necrotic. It counts as a bleed. So dwarves, you can use your racial on them too. Make sure you drop combat so your File of Serenity resets, so that way you're able to use it on the next pack or the next time you need it. If your stacks get too high, you're gonna might have to kite a little earlier than you're used to, so just be prepared for that. And DPS, help with the kiting. Use anything you can to push it away. That's knockbacks, slows, roots, snares, everything you can possibly do to try to avoid getting the tank having an additional stack on them. So how does all of this affect Prideful? Well, you'll see on this one, we had a 3-stack bolstered mob hitting me while I was trying to tank the Prideful. So I was getting stacks of Necrotic from the mob, plus the mob already had stacks of bolstering on them, which made it a lot harder. But if you manage to not have any trash with your Prideful, Prideful does not add stacks of Necrotic, and it does not get bolstered. For this week, you're going to want to do your best to route and get Prideful for every single boss that you possibly can. Since it's tyrannical, you do want to get rid of the bosses as quickly as you can, because you don't want to deal with the extra mechanics for too long. Bosses are very long this week. And, unfortunately, the trash is very long this week as well. So, you got to pick and choose. Bosses are technically longer, but trash could also take a long time too. Dungeons to look out for. All of them. Yes, all of them. Since it's tyrannical, I have a normal list of tyrannical bosses that are more difficult, like Gorechop or Mordretha. But because of bolstering, constantly bolstering each other, plus stacks of Necrotic, it is going to be a very long haul, and you're going to have to be able to do some fancy maneuvering as a tank in order to survive some of this stuff. Here in the other side, the inner ring trash pack caused me some problems. As you see, I died. Not something I'm very proud of, but it happened. Even with Plaguefall Necrotic Wake's nerf, that's not going to nerf how bolstering works on the trash. Over pulling will result in over bolstering. Spires of Ascension trash is already difficult, and when I did it the first time, it took a while to get through the trash at all. So now that they're bolstered, it's just going to take it even longer. There's some overtuned trash packs in Sanguine Depths and Mist of Trina's Scythe that, if they get bolstered, will just make things a heck of a lot worse. Halls of Atonement is a trash-heavy dungeon, so having a trash-heavy dungeon that bolsters each other while still having to deal with Necrotic, that's going to be a bit of a mess as well. And as said earlier, Theater of Pain's Mordretha and Gorechop is rough on tanks, but now adding the bolstering, it's going to start getting rougher all around, especially around the platforms. Like I said earlier, bolstering is by far the worst level 4 affix that this game has to offer, and in reality, I'm more worried about bolstering than I am about Necrotic. However, I'm more worried about Tyrannical than I am worried about Necrotic. So, Necrotic is just manage your stacks. Bolstering is, hopefully the DPS will DPS everything down evenly so bolstering doesn't go out too much, because then it'll start hitting you a lot harder than things need to be hitting you for, because they're already hitting you really hard as it is. This is for sure going to be a rough week for pugs, so what you got to do is you got to do your best. Do your best to balance the pulls, manage the Pridefuls, manage your Necrotics. Just focus and you'll be okay. I have faith in you. You got this. I hope this video was very helpful for you. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, complaints, go ahead and drop a comment down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.